I'm going to hit record. Hello. All right. For all those who will be watching the replay and who are coming in now, hello. And let's see here how I can do this. All right. So welcome. I am so thankful that you joined us today and have been interested in living your chosen path and connecting with me. Let's just dive right in. We're going to cover specific areas of like, why do you want to live your chosen path? What stops us from living our chosen path? And if you're interested in knowing what your chosen path is, yeah, I am happy to channel that for you. That's kind of my jam. I love having spirit speak through me. But really your chosen path is something that came to me December 31st, 2018, saying that that was my next assignment, that was God's plan, and that I needed to step in, I needed to woman up, I needed to take that leap and reach out to other individuals who wanted to step up, who wanted to take that leap with me, and who no longer wanted to obsessively think about, why am I here? What is my purpose? That they and you want the answers and are motivated, sometimes even by fear of not being enough, but to move forward. And you don't want to die. I didn't want to die. Never want to die, but I didn't want to die and not know that I did not make the impact on society that I felt and I have been feeling for quite some time. And you probably feel this way too, that you know that you are to make. And sometimes it, like something inside of you, like it was for me, was screaming to get going. Do it now. Let's do it. I have to know. Just woman up and just take that leap. And that is what motivates me on a daily basis, knowing that this is my assignment to channel people's chosen paths, to share with people how to live that chosen path, how to listen to their divine guidance. That is my jam. That is my bread and butter. That is my peanut butter and cheese. And I know Erin is going to laugh at that. She's on here. I used to eat peanut butter and cheese sandwiches in college a lot. And when Erin first saw me eat it, she thought I was intoxicated, but nope, that was just me being weird. So listening to my divine guidance is what I love to do. It fills me up with energy. I can do it all day, every day. And that's what I want for you. That is what your chosen path does, is it fills you up, and you could do it all day, every day. And you are freaking excited to be jumping on a call, to be showing up, to be presenting, to be doing interviews, to whatever it is that you are called to do and how to live it out. You are freaking excited. But there's something that stops us, and it was stopping me. And I know, based on all the hundreds of people that I have gotten to work with and channel for, that there are 3 different problems that come up, and we can group them into 3. So what stops us, number 1, is feeling lost. The swirling thoughts of what am I to do with my life? Why am I here? Is stopping you from really receiving the abundance that is coming to you. So as soon as you feel like you're on the right path and you feel good about making a decision, something inside you, you start questioning it, and then that stops the flow of money coming to you. It stops what you have the momentum to do. A constant in motion stays in motion. And so you want to keep moving forward, but that feeling of being lost and questioning it stops the process, stops that momentum. The second problem are blocks, and I call them clarity blocks. People who have clarity blocks stop themselves from having the relationships that they're craving. They stop themselves from having the job and the career that they dream of. They stop themselves from being at the weight that they desire. These clarity blocks are what I call a limiting belief. And we get to that within the first session, the first week that we are working together, whether we're working together in a group project or group program, one-on-one coaching, the channeling. We get to those limiting beliefs, and Spirit gave me an awesome process that, like, within 15 minutes, we can get it done, instead of having to spend years and years of therapy or years and years of having the same repetitive cycle over and over and over, not figuring out, why do I stop myself in these areas? It's because of this limiting belief. And mine was that I did not feel that I could be completely accepted as the spiritual being. And so when that comes up, when those specific thoughts come up, I noticed that I was stopping myself in jobs, in relationships. It was from truly being loved in the way that I knew that I could be loved. My weight has gone down, but it also has gone up because I have kept my baby weight on. And I realized this, actually, it was like 3 weeks ago. This is like, holy crap. 3 weeks ago, I realized that I was holding on to the weight that I gained from my children because I wanted to still be normal. I didn't want to fully embrace this spiritual creative side in me. And I knew that, like, by being the weight that I have been called to be, it would put me at a place to be seen, to be fully seen. And that was scary. So I needed to step out of that block, fully embrace and accept myself. So that is just one example of where those clarity blocks may stop you. The problem number 3 is time and space. People believe they don't have the time and space in their lives to live their chosen path. So Spirit decided, Sarah, other people feel this way, so I'm just going to give you a shit ton of things to do, and we're going to test this limit. So in mid-August, I was told, you're going to start a group program, and it's going to start October 7th. It was like the first week. Yes, because I think we're like five weeks in already. And then by October 1st, you need to move to South Carolina. And I was like, oh, and then Spirit's like, oh, and another couple of one-on-one clients are going to come, and I need you to be doing it all. Moving your family, helping pack, taking care of the kids, being the wife. I need you to do it all because that is how your clients feel. And you're going to move in the middle of it, and you're going to start this group program, you're going to launch, and yada, yada. There were moments that I was like, how in the world am I going to do this? But what kept me on track, and one of my sisters asked me this while driving. She's like, how did you do it? Like, that was a lot. And I said, well, thanks for noticing, one thing. Second, I listened to my divine guidance, which I call Spirit. You can call it God, Spirit, universe, your inner being, your soul, whatever it is. Spirit gave me the message to just call it divine guidance. So that way I'm not talking to one specific religion or one specific group. So I listened to my divine guidance every day, all day. So I knew that I was on my chosen path, and I was doing exactly what I needed to be doing at the moment, at the day, whether it was reading a book to Amira, or playing with Joy. Those are my 2 girls. Or I was packing up a box, or I was taking a nap, or opening myself up to receive information, or jumping on Facebook. Whatever it is that I was being guided to do, I just did. And that is providing that time and space because you have said yes to you. But those who have that problem and keep that as that stopping point from living your chosen path, they believe it is going to change their lives. Living your chosen path is going to change your lives so drastically and so much that it takes up so much time and space to actually make the changes. But all of this, all those thoughts, is just a way to stop yourself from living the life that you came to earth to have, to experience, to enjoy. So how do you live your chosen path? Many people want to know this. I have a system. It has been what I've used for years. It's what works. It is what has saved my clients the hassle and the expense and the heartache and the headaches that I have experienced along the way. My intention is for no one to ever feel alone. I want you to know and to experience the support and love I always wish I had in becoming this utmost, to have my inner being so alive. I always wish that I had the support and love that, like, in a human form, I had it in spiritual form. And I want to provide that for whomever is joining a group, joining one-on-one in a session, in a speaking event. And so let's just dive into the how. And I broke it down into 6 different areas. I mean, I work with individuals for 6 months, for 12 weeks, for 3 months. There's all these, or 12 weeks is 3 months, but 12 weeks is a program. But anyways, not getting into all that. There are various ways, and there's a lot more information to give you, but I just broke it down into 6 different areas. So that's why you're not like, holy shit, Sarah, this is a lot. So let's go. Okay, so the first one is letting go of who you thought and were taught you should be. And be the woman, be the being, be the human that you were born to be. That's the first way of how to live your chosen path. Second, you must forgive yourself and forgive others. Third, release what no longer serves you, what lifts you up, what makes you excited, that may have never even been yours to hold on to in the first place, and release what is stopping you. Fourth way of how to listen to that divine guidance. If you hear anything in the background, my family is downstairs, so you may be hearing children crying or someone banging on a pot and pan. Just enjoy. It's part of the experience. Number 4, know your values, your passions, your beliefs. I give you the 9 guidelines, which I call principles, that are all part of how to live your chosen path and creating your spark. But live according to your values and your passions. Find those out. So many people think that our values are what were given to us through our family, or we may think we know our passions. And this always drives me nuts. People, I see a lot of businesses have integrity as one of their values, but we need to break that word down even more, because integrity, if you look up the definition, is consistently living according to your values, beliefs, and principles. Well, if you don't know your values and beliefs and haven't clearly defined them and aren't actually living them, then you may feel misaligned or disingenuine. Is that the right word? And you're not feeling like you are there's integrity in your life. But we haven't clearly defined them. So don't beat yourself up over it. So by being in alignment with that chosen path, having your values and passions aligned with that chosen path, you will be opening yourself up to receive information, opportunities, money. The relationships that you've been desiring will just naturally start coming to you, and the happiness and the peace that you're seeking will be pouring into you. And I am speaking from experience. I experience craptastic life just based on my own thoughts and what I wanted to experience, not based on anybody else but my own stuff. And then that I turned that around by using all of the principles and the tools and everything that I share to really feel fulfilled. Now, do I still have moments that I slip back? Yes. Do I still have moments that I'm like, oh my gosh, how in the world am I going to do this? Yes, but I continue to move forward, and the turnaround is like seconds instead of days, weeks, blah, blah, blah. The 5th way to live your chosen path, or how to live that chosen path, is to create the life that you came to earth to have, and intentionally creating it. There is a whole week that I talk about and I share with you, and we dive in and create your life, not just reacting to or trying to experience, but we actually create it, and then you can live it, and intentionally, which is the key word here. 6, most importantly, you will be listening to your divine guidance. I have 5 steps, and it is, I'll just tell you now, you can write them down if you want, start using them. Allow, ask, receive, trust, and act. Those are the 5 steps to listen to your divine guidance. You have to do them in that order: allow, ask, receive, trust, and act. If you don't open yourself up and allow the information to come in any sort of way, then it's hard for you to ask. Or maybe you're questioning, how do I ask? Or do I trust? Or how do I receive? Or what do I act on? And is this the thought, yada, yada? Or is this spirit? Or is this divine guidance? I have no idea. We'll clarify all that. So just don't beat yourself up. I used to do that so much, and just don't beat yourself up. It will all come. Take baby steps. Go for an intuitive walk and just be like, do I go right or left? And feel, does this feel light and right? Or does this feel heavy? So you're walking along, let's take a walk throughout the city and just be like, should I go right? And ask. So you're allowing yourself, you ask, and then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, that feels really light. So then just go right. So many people come to me wanting to know what job they should pursue. Should I stay or should I leave in this relationship? Should I buy this house? And that's all great, but you're putting way too much pressure on yourself. I started with just that intuitive walk. I was just curious, just stay curious about life and this whole process and this journey. And I just was curious on, all right, I have this gift, I can listen. And if you are listening to this and if you're tuning in, more than likely, something in you has drawn you to me, to this experience, to this workshop, something that has been said. You may have been tapped on the shoulder. You may have been nudged. There might have been conversations that you've been having that spirit, God, has been drawing you in, and you just feel this pull. Please don't ignore that, because most importantly, you must begin to listen. This is my sweet spot. This is my secret sauce to success. And this is how I create and do everything. That's how I created tonight's talk. I was nervous about what I should be sharing with each of you, whether you're listening live or the recording. And I was nervous, and Spirit's just like, no, here is the outline. Just talk from this. Speak from your heart. This is what you need to do. And it makes everything so much easier. I'm sure that it's some aspect of your life you have done this in some way, whether it be you're nudged to pick up the phone and call somebody, and they're like, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about you. That's listening. Just do it more often. So what happens when you actually do live your chosen path? What happens is you are saying yes to you. You're saying yes to spirit, to God, to your calling, to your innermost being. You're saying yes to the real you. Everybody who I have channeled for somehow feels like it is going to be a very daunting task, and Spirit is going to ask them to completely change their lives in a phenomenal, almost like 180-degree turn. And what comes from it after I share, people are always like, oh, that's validation. That's what I've been thinking about for so long. That is what I've always wanted to do. How did you know that? Or I've already started on this. Like, how did you know that I had already started this nonprofit? Or I channeled for someone in Switzerland, and she was like, I was like, I feel like you are already doing marketing and have some sort of travel, and you're supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. And I told her chosen path. When we got done, I knew nothing about her. She'd been following me for about 7 years. And I was like, so what is it that you do? And she's like, I own my own traveling business, and I just stepped up to do the marketing. And I was like, holy bananas. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. So what you're doing is when you are stepping into and saying yes, by saying yes, you are living your chosen path. It clears those blocks, your limiting belief. It provides you with that time and space to level up, step up, and just be. it gives you that peace and confidence in knowing who you are, and so that you are feeling, so that you no longer are feeling lost or tired or worn out. You have this, it's like productivity increases, clarity increases, the focus increases, your income increases. My income has tripled this year. My business has tripled just by living my chosen path. That's all that I can say. I show up every day and live my chosen path. You are your ideal weight. This one was a struggle for me when Spirit's like, yeah, you'll be at your ideal weight. And I was like, yeah, but wait. I have all these things that I'm still hanging on to. And Spirit's like, then stop having them weigh you down and let it go. And I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. And the relationships that you want to experience are naturally and easily coming to you, and life is good. I just want you to know that I believe in you, that you, if any of you that are listening that are feeling called to reach out to me, to really have me channel your chosen path, to be part of the next group program that is starting, that you're like, no, I need some one-on-one, I need some sessions, I need some program, I just need to dive in, let's do this, I'm ready to live my chosen path. If you have questions, please reach out to me. This is why I'm living, this is why I'm here, this is what my soul's calling is. So I love you all. I am so very appreciative of you. And here's to your success and your happiness and you truly living the life that you came to earth to have. Much love to y'all. See y'all soon.